Hey guys, what's up? This is Tyler from Division One Trading. So we're going to be going over one of the trades that we took right here. It was a signal that we had of the Asian break and retest. We took that short as a signal and we held it as a swing trade. And we're going to talk about how we could hold it and how we would know to find the targets down here. So one thing that I wanted to talk about before we go into it is price action. So one of the staples that I use is the engulfing candle. So when you have an engulfing candle, basically need just a general candle, and then the next candle needs to go further, right? It completely engulfs it. So that would just be an engulfing candle. So that's your normal engulfing. Then if this candle has a wick or a sizable wick and it fills that or engulfs that as well, we identify that as a wick fill engulfing, and that's going to be a little bit stronger. But so let's skip this. So if we just have an engulfing, we look for the support to be at 50%. So once it trades up, we expect it to trade to 50% of that engulfing and then trade back. So when we have the wick fill engulfing, we now expect the support to be at the wick. So when it trades away, we expect it to hit the wick and then want to go further. So if we have a wick fill engulfing, the next candle we call the John wick. And so once we have a wick fill engulfing, the next candle, we look at the wick that it leaves, right? And then we would expect support to come in at the low, right? So if price traded all the way back down, we would expect it to not go much further than that, maybe go right past it, but then leave, right? So that's the John Wick pattern. So we had this break and retest of Asia, and it sold off. Market's heavy, right? And it reached up and is now pushing down. So we open here, we start pushing higher. We want to look at our higher time frame. Right here, we have that bearish engulfing candle. So we go to the previous day, and we're just going to measure the previous day from the open to the close. So now you can see we just measured that engulfing candle there. So now that we've measured that engulfing candle, we're just going to drop a line on 50%. So right there, we would be expecting price, as far as price action, this is an engulfing candle here, this day. So we're expecting what? If this is candle, right? It trades here, there. There's the engulfing. So then we want to see a return up to 50% and then sell off from there. So when we see this swing up here at 50%, which is 50% of the daily candle, which was an engulfing candle, they run right to it. Then what happens with market structure? Price breaks down. Then when it attempts to go back to that high, it fails and it breaks down further. Then we reach down, hit Asia's low, trade around right there, and then fall lower. So when we go to our higher time frame, you can, right, we always want to look to the left. So if we are going to trade lower, we can look at this as the low of the week here. And if we look to the left, we want to find the low that's lower than that one. So we could drag it down here. That would be the next low, and then we would just target that. And then so after this one, we want to target the next low. So that one would be significant. And then this one would be significant. So that last one didn't get hit. but this one here did. So then let's check that out on the lower time frame. And you can see up here where trades up during London, right? And if we talk about when do we know when it's, or when can we anticipate a bearish candle? So when we have open and then Asia pushes high, London pushes high, and then has a failure, we can anticipate New York pushing us low. This type of movement here. And we did have a heavy pullback on US 30 as well. But we ended up taking the short around here, right before it started dumping. And really just the trade setup was watching this fail here, seeing the retracement, and hopping in right around bond open. So like we might sell the right here today. And if I just had to put a finger on it, that would be my, if I had to place an order right now, I would hit sell. I put a stop above the daily high, and then I put my target right there at 35.8.
Okay.
Okay, so here we are taking the trade, and as we talked about, it reached up toward the 50% of yesterday's daily bearish engulfing candle. Then we had a lower high and this break of trend line that I just drew. And if you look at my Instagram, I have a post talking about how they use the sessions in Forex and in trading. And you can see the Asian session is in a consolidation. The London session pushes up higher. And then we fail at that London session high of the day and then dump lower during New York. And this part here, you can see where the trade is pulling back real heavy. This is a major part of trading psychology, and this is something that you just simply can't escape in trading. And then as you see, it has that really harsh pullback right back toward our entry. And then you'll notice for this is in fast forward, but it really spends a lot of time here at that triple bottom, right? This is the low of the day. This is the third low of the day. And we're just spending a lot of time here building up a lot of buyers and a lot of sellers. We know that price is likely to go short, and we're positioned that way, but we don't want to move our stop into break even really until price expands below that low of the day. At this point, we're better off taking a loss since we already decided to get in the trade. Like I said, price just spends a long time here, and that's normal in trading, and then finally begins to reach below that level. And as you'll see in this video, we just leave the target at 36 or 35,800. Yep. And so we just left our target there. Generally, you can trail the stop loss if you really want to grab everything you can out of that trade. But this was just really a continuation of a swing trade that we're holding on to from yesterday. That was the Asian break and retest. And this one here is really just a perfect example of how they use the sessions in trading as far as the Asian consolidation, London push, and then the New York expansion or New York reversal. And yep, so I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know if you have any questions on the setup or anything like that. If you enjoyed it and understood the concepts, I'd appreciate it if you leave me a like and a subscribe. But other than that, I hope you have a great day.